Ahoy there, skippers, and welcome back to another Sub Sunday, the show where we play Cold Waters for however long we end up needing to play Cold Waters. I am Captain Derek of the USS Sunfish, SSN 649, as we continue the campaign that we've been doing well for quite some time. Well, actually, it hasn't been quite all that much time, just because we only do this once a week, but we have been doing it for many weeks at this point, and we've been pretty much stuck on the same mission. We have to hunt down, find, and kill an enemy submarine. It's an Echo-class boat, I believe. You must... blah blah blah. Enemy cruise missile submarine believed to be an Echo class. So we gotta find an Echo class submarine and sink it. Last time we got the jump on a couple of submarines, but it was kind of hard to actually kill any. Although one did decide to do an absolute suicide death dive, but you know, that's I'm willing to take that considering our torpedoes are not that great. So let's head right back into it. It's going southward in the Norwegian Sea. So let's see if we can't find it and kick its butt. Maybe this guy's it. We've been hunting for these guys. Ooh. Discouraged to hear the mission cannot be carried through. I guess we took too much time on it. And that must have been the submarine. Several transatlantic convoys have suffered attacks from enemy submarines in the Norwegian Sea. Silent and nearly undetectable, these attacks continue to inflict major and irreplaceable losses. Rescue efforts have been hampered by poor weather in the region. A NATO spokesman admit Soviet submarine attacks are a major thorn in our side. Analysts predict the consistent loss of NATO convoy shipping along with disruptions to transatlantic crossings in general will be the tipping point of the war toward a favorable Soviet outcome. Not good. New orders. Intelligence has discerned a pattern of movements of enemy at sea. Replenishment tankers and tenders. A small enemy force, including one or two of these ships, is expected to sail from Murmansk momentarily for a rendezvous near the Barents Sea. We're ordered to find and sink this group before it can complete its replenishment. So, sink the enemy replenishment tankers and any submarines if we can find them. Avoid detection by enemy submarine patrols. So we're going to the Barents Sea. So continue on course. So it's going to be somewhere in here, so we got to cross into their side of the Sosis nets. Not great, but hey, if we can kill something, that would be good. Our target, anyway. So they've launched from Murmansk, and they're heading into the Barents Sea. Murmansk also... Sonar contact designates here 1, we are doing 20 knots, and we are at 600 feet. So all hands man the battle stations. Rig for ultra quiet, so that we'll immediately slow down. And apparently we don't have the target. So tab, open that up. Yeah, I don't see anybody. Conditions, no contact. We are pretty much at the seafloor. So let's go up. We'll head upwards. What kind of stores do we still have on board? Ugh. Okay, so we got 2 Mark 37 torpedoes. And that's it. So we've got to use them very, very carefully. Because if we miss, we don't have anything else that can shoot submarines. Which is not good. It's very not good because, well, that is what we mostly fight. We're going to go up. We're going to see if we can't get a better sonar lock on anything. And just want to check. Yeah, it's in the area. So we are being stalked by submarines somewhere. The question is, from where? I did not pay enough attention to the briefing to tell me which direction to turn. Is there a way I can check that? No, there isn't. Oh, that's what you get for not paying attention. Passing 500 feet. Let's turn a little bit. By a little bit, I mean we're going to turn about 90 degrees. Make sure he's not in our baffles. Because if he is, that would be very, very bad. So we're just going to sort of corkscrew upwards. We are pretty quiet, so it might work in our favor anyway. Hello? Anybody home? We're going to go to about 300 feet. And we're going to clear our baffles very shortly. And let's put the planes back down to 0. We will continue to drift up on ballast control. And 314, we'll put this down to 0. By the time we level out, we should be around 300 feet. Passing 300 feet, leveling out. And we've cleared our baffles. Brought it to 0. Open the map. Is there anything nearby? Not really, no. Well, this isn't our mission, I don't think. We didn't see anything on the overworld map, and generally we would run into them before, you know, we get jumped. So we're going to turn to... Actually, this is almost the course we want to be at, around 75-ish. Because I want to be heading to our northeast. So we're just going to turn a little bit more, zero that out, and increase time. And we will be listening. We are very quiet compared to them. So we're going to go up, make sure this isn't a surface contact, because it could be. I mean, we shouldn't assume that it's going to be an undersea contact. So we're going to head down 100 feet, then sort of level off, and then we'll drift up to 50 feet and put up the masts. Something we haven't had to do in quite a long time. There's no lair, so there ain't nowhere to hide. So we'll put that down, but increase the rise. Passing 100 feet. Oh, wrong button. That's the button I want. 76. Holy steady at 72 feet, so we'll get a little bit positive ballast. 69 and closing. I don't like going up for periscope because I have sonar, and sonar is amazing, but you know, on occasion, sometimes it's necessary. And plus, we've seen a lot of Soviet submarines that like to hang out on the surface. I don't know why. I mean, the surface is a place you wouldn't want a submarine to be, especially if you were a nuclear submarine, but we've even seen their nuclear submarines hang out there. Alrighty, steady at 50 feet. So, we need the ESM mast. What have you got? Not seeing nothing. Let's go up scope. Periscope. Whoop. That's a submarine and she's pinging. And cavitating, no less. Conditions? 01, we don't know. Okay, let's find you. No, no. Foxtrot? Don't call Foxtrot. I'll call you a Foxtrot. You are a little bit below us. So let's go down. Come to starboard. Signature. We're going to check. He's going to be at around 250 feet-ish, which works for me. He's at bearing 124, so we're going to come around. He was pinging, but he did not get an active key on us, because his HF active is still at only 8. So was he on the surface and caught our ECM mast? Or ESM mast? Let's go negative on the ballast as well. Coming to 90. 91. Slowly turning to 125. He will be over here. We have a 41% solution on him. Okay. Foxtrot submarine's not who we're looking to kill. I mean, we'll take him out if we can, because Foxtrots are diesel boats? 15 knot. Yeah, she's a diesel boat. Yeah, we were talking about Foxtrots a lot a couple episodes ago. How they were sent down to Cuba during the Cuban Missile Crisis and were equipped with nuclear torpedoes. because, you know, the exact thing you want to add into a certain stance like that is like 3 or 4 nuclear-tipped torpedoes that can be fired at Americans. That's going to keep the war nice and cold. Nice little drink there. It's been lovely weather lately, but definitely water drinking weather. About 7,000 yards according to our systems. And that is some pretty nice high frequency systems there. Alright, we're at 0. He's dead ahead of us somewhere. 47% on the solution. This I think gets reduced by 3/4, so we should be good. As long as we keep nose on. We don't have his course, but we do know he's sort of trucking along at about 5 knots. 50% solution. We'll steadily increase that as we get closer. We'll want active homing on these, but hopefully we're only going to have to launch 1. By the time we get down to just Mark 16s, that's going to be rough. Trying to kill things with a Mark 16 is very difficult. So keep on the signature tab. We're almost within, like, shoot us range. If he starts going active, it's going to suck. He doesn't have a view on us yet, but that could change at any moment. I have high confidence that it's a Foxtrot. We have her course. We're at 63%. We're heading right for her. We are within her. If she pings active, she'll know where we are. Okay, 65%. So she's traveling across us, which I think gives us a bonus to trying to figure out who she is and what she does. Open up the tab map. They need to move this icon just a little bit so it doesn't get in the way of these. Ooh, we're getting strong readings now. Are you not a Foxtrot? This line is starting to coalesce, I think. You're a Romeo. Contact is Romeo, not Foxtrot. What do we got? Romeo SS. 13 knots, very quiet. Yeah, we jumped up to 68%, but yeah, she's a Romeo. That puts her at 5,000 yards. No firing solution as of yet, though. But we are visible. We are definitely visible at this point if he pings. So we need to do things to encourage him not to ping. He's gone back up. I don't want to launch a torpedo while I am in front of this guy. So we're going to make a little bit of a risky maneuver. And we're going to try and head across this way and then come in behind him. Because I don't want to have to dodge torpedoes if I don't have to. And plus, if he pings, it doesn't matter. We're close enough that by the time... Oh boy! Range 4,000 yards. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, we got a 95% solution, and this is going to be tight. Alright, come hard to starboard, stay on ultra quiet. He's not going to know we're here, but, you know, we're going to fire on him. Tab map, please. Select tube 1. Conditions. He's a little bit above us. That might be above the scan cone. That wouldn't be good. Alright, coming to 140. Zero out the rudder. Good solution. 95%. He's on our starboard side. Select starboard torpedo. Torpedo away. Now it is a quieter torpedo launch than, you know, modern submarines, but it's gonna be close. Oh boy. Back to F1 please. Torpedo. I think I'm just going to tell you to go active. Let's get a little bit away from us. 8.4. Torpedo, go active. And begin to climb. Go active ping. Torpedo has acquired. Come slightly to starboard. We want to keep this wire for as long as we can. We're in a good position hunting on him. I like the solution. We're going to keep turning to track this bearing. He's coming to port. Tracking bearing at 151. We have a noisemaker. Torpedo has rejected the noisemaker and is on final. Alrighty. He's doing a hard turn. Nope, torpedo's lost him in the knuckle. Let's keep this on. This is why wired torpedoes are crazy. I think it's Red Storm Rising or the Japanese one, the Tom Clancy book, where they talk about wire-guided torpedoes and how they were just able to completely reject countermeasures. Yeah, torpedo is gonna hit him. We got a hit. Lost contact, Sierra 1 Romeo, last bearing 155, contact is breaking up. Okay, we got very close to that guy. So, we're down to our last defensive torpedo. So we'll load this last torpedo, listen around. It's not all that common that Soviet submarines travel in singletons. At least not that we've found. Ugh. Splat on the surface. But there's no one nearby, so let's leave combat. Sunk 1 Romeo. Only a single Mark 37 remaining. Excellent results, but not your target. We need to go into the Barents Sea. Alright, we're trolling into the Barents Sea now. No, you're not our target. Oh, please don't. No, it's not going far enough. We want to get past this merman's crap. We've just been overflown. Yeah, they're all coming for us now. Okay, bearing 37. All hands, man your battle stations. Ultra quiet. Bearing 37, which is right off our port. Oh, 2 contacts. Yep, we're being chased. Sig. Signature on 01 is... No. No. Oh, that looks good. I'm going to call you November. Sierra 1 will be also November. Range 8,000 yards. We're not in a position to kill this guy. Sierra 2 is cavitating. Yeah, it's a November. Do we have a course on them yet? They know we're here. Let's go deep. You know, as deep as we can in the Barents Sea. As I said in November, maximum crew of 26 knots. They can get the heck away from us if they want. We're gonna head for 400 feet. We're gonna turn to starboard. We're gonna try and get out over here. Get around them if we can, then get the heck away. We've only got 1 torpedo, so there's no point in trying to get into a fight. Planes to 0, please. Alright, Sierra 2 November we have good course on, because he was cavitating. Sierra 1 we don't have a course on yet. Get this torpedo loaded and ready. Not that it's going to help us, but you know, I would like it ready. Back to ultra quiet. We're going to stay like a hole in the water. We need to come to 270, or 90, not 270. The opposite of 270. Come on, give me something on Sierra 1 November. I want to know his course, because we got to slip away from these guys. This is not a fight we want to get into. A single Mark 37 torpedo is not enough to battle the entire Soviet Navy. By the time we're done with this, we're essentially going to be a World War II submarine. Now, grant you, these Mark 16 torpedoes are fast, but they're surface runners, and they are non-maneuvering. So coming to 90, keeping an eye on Sierra 1 November. Sierra 2, we have 66, 67% solution. He's chugging along at 5 knots. Sierra 1 is chugging along at 10 knots. So continue our turn. We want to get to 90, and we're going to go down. We're going to head for about 500 feet. This is the board edge we're heading for. We want to get the heck out of here. Conditions, seafloor is at 511 feet. We're going to 450. 9-1. Alrighty. We should avoid Sierra 2 November without too much trouble. We're going to continue our dive down. Just want to get as much distance between us and them as possible. Yeah, they're semi-noisy boats, so they don't have the best audio systems. Sierra 2, we definitely have better connections with as we dive down to the sandy bottom. Not much room to dive down to. It's leveled out. It's a shame we're not an Ivy Bell's boat, because then we would have skis and we could land on the bottom. Ivy Bell's was a cable tapping mission, because there would be the Soviets would like put cables through water to connect their different areas, so they could like call them up on ultra secure connections, because you're not broadcasting anything. So the only way that you can tap the information is if you physically get to the cable. And they figured, you know, at the bottom of an ocean, that'll be perfectly safe. And so America came up with the idea of, let's put submarines down there, and we'll send out Navy divers and like tap the cable physically. And it worked. It worked really well. And they had to modify several submarines to do it. And one of the things they did was they put like anchors that the submarine would drop so that it could hold itself at the bottom of the sea without moving, and skis so that they could sit on the sandy bottom, because as you may have noticed, well, there's no flat area to actually land on. Unlike World War II boats, where sitting on the bottom, well, it wasn't super common, but it also was like a thing you could do. Sierra 1 November is... I would like a course off of you, but we've extended the range a bit. So let's secure from ultra quiet. We're going to pick up the pace a bit, and we're going to watch these passives closely. So we just jumped up to 10, but that is going to get us some speed to get the heck out of here. We're not going to really build any good solutions though out of this data. Our own passive has gone down to 6, 7. Sierra 2 has a better chance of detecting us than Sierra 1? Really? Sierra 1 is heading our way. At least that's what it feels like. If I could, I'd love to sprint and just like run at maximum speed out of here. But I don't know the conditions of the surface. Is he coming down to us? Crap. So, Sierra 2 is on top. Sierra 1 is coming down to our level and is to our direct north and is doing 10 knots. Signature. Still good on the passive. $6,000 yards. Well, 6.3 thousand yards. He can actually outrun us. He's faster than we are. We're stealthier, but he's faster. Let's keep an eye on these guys, make sure that they don't get too close. He's coming down to the bottom. He doesn't know where we are, though. All of his contact information is at -7. So he can't know we're here. He's got to figure that an American captain would skulk around the bottom as fast as he could to try and get the heck away from here. He is bearing 4 degrees, so darn near our direct north. He's right there. And he's coming down to us. Maybe we'll be lucky and this is the AI crashing the submarine again. Which it has a habit of doing. What I wouldn't give for my own tender that I could stop it and take on a whole bunch of torpedoes. I think we're gonna, next time we're in dock, we're gonna only take like 4 of these torpedoes and load up on Mark 37s. Going out with a more balanced loadout was definitely a mistake. I mean, because there's no reason to have these torpedoes. They barely ever hit. SIG. -6, -9. Can I punch it up? I don't want to lose the contact, but, you know, I can punch up the speed and get out of here. Because we've got a long way to go. Shrink this for a moment. Each one is 16,000 yards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So 160,000 yards. We have a long way to go. Oh, we got a good course on Sierra 1. Excellent. Sierra 1 November, we have his course. At least we hope it's Sierra 1 November. Starting to build a track on it. Sierra 2, we have a 95% solution on. He's bearing 308. So do you see him? I don't see him. Oh, there he is. Ah, they're doing the good old-fashioned Soviet up and down and up and down. That's what they like to do with these things. You know, these Soviet submarines just do not look like they're well maintained. And you can see all kinds of rust and grease on them, and it's like, really, dude? Well, I wonder what it'd be like to command a November. In the next campaign, we may do a Russian campaign for 1968. I'm not sure about that yet. Because I do like the more sleek spaceship style of American submarines. Although, we got to admit, this is pretty spaceship style. They've got odd bulges and all kinds of crazy stuff. Sierra 1 is at -5, -5. We are passing behind it, so we should be able to get the heck out of here. Conditions, he's down low with us. Well, not quite as low as we are, but he's down low here. Bearing 350, so we're passing him. And he's not looking in our direction. So let's kick this up a notch. Sierra 2, we lost in our baffles. Sierra 1, we have a 92% certainty on this contact. She's skulking down low. You can see us in the corner. Unless they're heading to get into our baffles. Which they could be. So let's continue to run. Running, running, running. You don't have a clue we're here. You have no idea we're here. So stop pretending you do. Expiring 318. Somewhere around there. I can't actually see him, but whatever. As we try and run the heck out of dodge. Okay, we're going to slow down. We're going to go ahead standard. We should be deep enough that we won't cavitate. And let's see what that does to our signature. 15 knots. We lost him. We can't maintain seeing him at 15 knots. So I don't know how their search pattern is going to take him. But we're hoping to get the heck out of here. Just as soon as we can. Sea floor is still at 512. We got a long way to go. Now they're both in our baffles, which, you know, is not cool. Let's clear our baffles. Make sure they're not sneaking right up on top of us. We'll come to 000. And baffles are clear. No contact. We'll do this for a little while. Alright. Back on course. Can we get up? No, we can't. Let's clear our baffles the other way. Going to 180. Nope. Alright, no contact down here. Time to get the heck out of here. Yes, I'm messing around a little bit with that. You might as well, you know. Let's keep it up. Standard maneuvering, 15 knots. And we are motoring. I think we got away, and no one's the wiser. Yeah, we really can't fight with a single torpedo. I mean, it would be cool to just go into the Barents Sea and annihilate everybody, but we're not there. We can't do that. So we will instead skulk away and leave combat. We did, apparently there was a 3rd November out there. Oh, that's scary. Eesh. Looks like we're jammed immediately in another one. Remember, we got sandwiched by 2 of them. Ready for ultra quiet. Target is Sierra 1, dead in front of us. Conditions, target Sierra 1. Sierra 1 is a new contact bearing Sierra 2, so we ain't fighting this. It's November's again. Sierra 2, also in November. Range to target, because that looks mighty close, man. Let's come starboard to 270. Range 6,000 yards. I need a course and bearing on that ASAP. Range is 13,000 yards, so CR2 is the important one. I want to be on 270 and moving. Actually, we're going to go further than 270. We want to go up in this direction, I think. Give me a course on these guys. Because otherwise things could get ugly pretty quick. We'll end the episode after we escape from these guys, too. You know, 2 evades and 1 kill. That's not bad. These episodes are supposed to run a little bit longer than, you know, what we normally do, but still, I don't want to, like, stretch them into eternity. Especially not since we're we're doing this kind of skulking stealth work right now. 35%. CR3 is new contact and cavitating. CR3 is also November. We have 3 Novembers. Do we have direction on him? No, we do not. Give me CR2. CR2, 6.2 thousand yards. Conditions. He's at the seafloor. He's at level. He's at level. Okay. So, we ain't doing much here. We could go for the seafloor, but I'm not sure that's a good idea. CR3 is pinging 8.4 thousand yards. Give me CR2. Signature. Minus 18. Minus 1 active on CR1? Really? Okay, so CR1 apparently is in great position to ping us. Because he's at minus 1 active. Oh, what's his speed? 10 knots, unknown on CR2. Which sucks because CR2 is the one I want to know. Things are not golden. We've got a Soviet attack group out there, and we don't quite know if we can get away. CR3 contact lost, faded. We're going to come to 300. I don't know how high I got to go to get out of these guys. But we are going to skulk as quietly as we can. CR1 is now in 1 active. From 11,000 yards? There's no way. His track looks brighter. He's got to be closer than what he's showing. He's probably like here. If they're heading north, I'm not sure we're going to be able to get around these guys. CR2 is it's a weaker contact. But it's claiming 8,000 yards. Beautiful, gorgeous day out today. Meanwhile, under the ocean surface. This track is wrong. There's no way that he is at 11.5 thousand yards if you're telling me he's getting 1 off his HF active. We've got course off of him. CR2, I've got nothing. Bearing 237, which is right there. We don't know how fast he's going. And we don't know his course. I'm assuming it's a path like this, and that it's a 3-way pattern. So we're going to come to 330, I think? I want to get the heck away from these guys. I'm not happy with them being here. This might put Sierra 1 in our baffles, and that's not good. See, I want to get up and around these guys, but if I turn too far, I show off my baffles, and then I can't track these guys and see what they're doing. Conditions. We're going down. We're going well down. I don't know if we're being silhouetted or something, if that's a thing with sonar, but I do not like the fact that Sierra 1 is able to keep us at 0 active from 11,000 yards. We're going for 450 feet. Maybe we can make him no longer hear us. 85% solution. Yep, there he is. Passing 300 feet. I knew that was a lie. He's pinging. November 1 is cavitating. Oh boy. This could get ugly. At a positive rate, just a little bit, because we don't want to crash into the seafloor. He's got a hint of us. He does. Sierra 2 is... We still don't have anything on Sierra 2. We're negative 12. We'll go negative... So as long as he's cavitating, you know, we'll be able to keep a pretty good track on him. As we get closer and closer to the seafloor. Come hard to port. We're traveling slow enough that we pretty much can't make a knuckle doing this. It's very difficult for a Sturgeon class to generate a knuckle. They just do not go fast enough for it. So he is doing 19 knots. Okay, Sierra 2's pinging now. He doesn't have us, though. Well, at least we're evading on the side that we have our torpedo tube on. Select that to active. $270. Okay, we have good read on Sierra 2 and Sierra 1. Sierra 1 is doing 5 knots, Sierra 2 is doing 8 knots. They both have turned toward us, which is not good. I don't know if I can get out of here. Sierra 1 is within range now, if he pings. Oh boy, this is a bad search box. Novembers are quicker than me too, so I can't just sprint out of here. They probably know we're out here. There we are. Trying to slip away. Do you have a good solution on Sierra 2? We do have a good solution on Sierra 2. Okay. I don't see him. Where is he? Somewhere up here. Bearing 227. I'll put him somewhere around here. But it's this one that has me worried. Yep, there he is. He's the dangerous one. It looks so tempting to slip in here and go this way. We might be able to do that. I mean, it'll be tough to do, but we could do it probably. Maybe. Maybe. If Sierra 1 pings, he's gonna catch us. And we are too close to him to go for speed here. Single torpedo. That's all we got. Oh boy. November 3's back. We got cavitation on Sierra 1. I'm not sure if we can get away. I just don't know if we can. What we could do is fire a torpedo at them, have it go active, Because that scattered him last time we got involved in a whole bunch of guys, but I don't want to fire a torpedo if it's not going to kill something. Especially not our last torpedo. We've got one bullet in our gun. We should have gone home before we tried to do this operation. We should have gone home. Sierra 1 still has the best passive read on us. We keep losing CR3, which really kind of scares me. Part of me wants to speed up and sprint, but I know that's the wrong answer. We're going to get to here. We're going to drive south. That'll run us into CR3, though. He's listening. Patience. Patience and more patience is the rule of the day. He's turning away from us. Passive 5, 6, 4, 5, 7, 5. He's under the active threshold. Okay, CR2 has now turned towards us. CR2 contact is below the pickup thresholds on this. CR1 is pinging, but he cannot find. That will not bring him victory. We are at -10. CR2, we are at 3. We've lost CR1 in our baffles. I am so tempted to pop up here and take a shot at him with a Mark 16. The problem with the Mark 16 is I have to be at like 100 feet to shoot it. Oh, we're getting close to this guy. He is close. This is CR3. Come on, pass into CR2's baffles. Come on, let's do the 2 ships in the night thing. I need to come starboard. "3,000 yards is probably the point where we start having a problem with him. Speed up. Come on, CR2 is the dangerous one. 3.1 thousand yards. 3,000 yards. 2.9. 2.8. Come on, show me 2.9. 2.7. We're getting close. God, we're right on top of each other. He's turning into us. Holy jeez. Who the hell are you? He went deep. I was not paying attention to that. He went deep. This is going to be Mortal Kombat, folks. With one shot and 3 submarines. Okay. Hard to port. Prep 2-1. Run. Current depth. -3 on passing. Run current depth. Zigzag pattern because we don't have any other patterns except for left or right hooks. Active homing. So it'll scare the shit out of everybody. He's going back up. Contact reestablished. He's doing that porpoise thing. Sierra 1 is bearing 89 degrees. The whole force is maneuvering off in this... Oh, that's dangerous. That is very dangerous to us. But we are in Sierra 1's baffles. Sierra 3 is too far away. Sierra 1 is... Oh boy. We could take a shot. We could take a serious shot right here. And he would probably lose. Who's pinging? You're pinging. You can't hear us. If Sierra 2 pings, he'll know exactly where we are. Come on. Come on. Into his baffles we go. 3,000 yards in opening. Gonna drive into their baffles. I think we did it. Yep, we're in their baffles. Baffles. Not in his baffles, but they're turning hard. Let's get out of here. Make our course 270. Good work, boys. We are gone. Now, how is that? You see, killing stuff in submarine games will give you a sense of accomplishment. It'll make you feel like you've managed to really best your enemy. But when you successfully manage to sneak around 3 Hunter submarines, when you have no real chance to defend yourself if they catch you, that's what submarine games are about. It's why in Silent Hunter, it's cool to have sunk the merchantmen, but it's way cooler to have gotten away from the destroyer group. And in this game, it was cool in the first mission that we ran that we sunk that submarine. But personally, I found this to be way cooler, because we just got completely around them. And it was down to luck and a little bit of skill, is the fact that he never had the thought that, hey, maybe I should ping. So let's continue to get the heck out of here. Oh. We have escaped. Escaped out to sea. We gotta find this tender group soon. Because we can't survive much more of that. We really can't. Nope, still getting away. We've got a fleet like 16,000 yards from all enemy ships, and then it considers us to have gotten away. Because they figure by that point, there's nothing you can do really to like reacquire. Which isn't true. I mean, we've done it. In earlier episodes, we've proven that we can go halfway across the map, then turn back, and still manage to catch you, but still. So we're going to slip away into the sea. A beautiful day. Seriously, why has there been no layer unlike all of these Barents Sea maps, because that's creeping me out. We're out of here. And we're going to end the episode right there. Whew! Some serious stealth skulking work right there. We managed to sink a submarine and then dodge 2 attack submarine groups. I think the submarine we ended up killing might have been the target that we were supposed to take out in the Norwegian Sea, which is a little disappointing. In any event, though, we are still going to have to find this tender group out of Murmansk, and that's going to be a trick, let me tell you. So, I've been Tirak. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to see the notification every single time I release a video, press the little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.